the Sami people, once nomads, herders living in the shadows of nations. Now masters of their own fate, a twist of history, a seismic shift in power. The Arctic thawed, and with it old grievances. They rose, phoenix-like from oppression, leveraged land rights, technology, a touch of ruthlessness, built gleaming cities on permafrost, a beacon of progress, some said. But power, like a sharp knife, cuts both ways. It carves empires, but also wounds. And the Sami, for all their newfound might, were about to learn this truth. The world marveled at Sapmi's rise. Tourists flocked to its glittering casinos, its ice hotels, its aurora-powered spectacles. Money flowed like meltwater in springtime, yet, beneath the veneer of opulence, a darkness festered. The old ways, the reverence for nature, were fading. Greed, that insatiable beast, gnawed at the edges of Sami souls. The technocrats, those cold-eyed architects of prosperity, held the reins. Their algorithms dictated the flow of life, their surveillance drones watched from above, and the people, they danced to the tune of progress, oblivious to the discordant notes creeping in. Gambling, the lifeblood of this new Sapmi. Fortunes won and lost on the spin of a wheel, the turn of a card. It brought wealth, yes, but also desperation, addiction, the gnawing emptiness of broken dreams. The vices, once kept at bay, now flourished in the shadows. Black markets thrived, peddling their wares to those seeking escape from the gilded cage. The Sami elders, custodians of ancient wisdom, watched with growing unease. This was not the future they had envisioned. This was a Faustian bargain, and the devil always collects his due.
This is not the legacy we sought. Our people deserve better. We must find a way to balance progress with our heritage before it's too late.
Bornholm, a picturesque island in the Baltic Sea. Once a haven for artists and fishermen, now a festering wound on the soul of Sapmi. Beneath its idyllic surface lay a network of tunnels, a subterranean hell.
Here, amidst the dripping darkness, we toiled. Enemies of the state, they called us. Forced laborers, stripped of our dignity. Our lives forfeit to the insatiable hunger of the technocracy.
Our plight was a secret, hidden from the prying eyes of the world. But secrets have a way of clawing their way to the surface, carried on the winds of dissent, whispered in the shadows.
Revolution. A word whispered in hushed tones, a spark of defiance in the eyes of the downtrodden. The spirit of Spartacus, that ancient rebel who dared to challenge the might of Rome, was not dead. It lived on in the hearts of the oppressed.
In the icy wastes, we gathered in secret. Among us, the reindeer herders, their traditional way of life trampled by the relentless march of progress. The fishermen, their livelihoods decimated by the pollution spewing from the factories. And the families of the disappeared, those who had dared to question the technocracy's iron grip.
They spoke of freedom, of justice, of reclaiming their heritage. Their numbers were small, their resources meager. But they had the fire of righteous anger burning in their hearts. And that, history had taught them, could topple even the mightiest of empires. The tension was palpable, a taut string stretched to its breaking point. The world, blinded by the glitter of Sapmi's facade, remained oblivious to the storm brewing beneath the surface. But the ice, that seemingly unyielding barrier, was riddled with cracks. And beneath it, the currents of rebellion surged, threatening to shatter the fragile peace. The revolution would not be televised. It would not be a neat and tidy affair. It would be messy, chaotic, fueled by the rage of the dispossessed. And when the dust settled, the world would see Sapmi and itself with new eyes. The ice would crack. The question was, what would emerge from the depths?